The weirdest thing about my van breaking down is that it could have been the worst few weeks of my life, but it's actually ended up being the best few weeks of my life. So I'm Connor, I'm an indie folk artist in the UK, and I've been living in a van for the last 12 months. It's been absolutely amazing. I've built an entire brand around it, loads of people have discovered my music, and I've even started recording my debut album. But a few weeks ago, my van, my home, broke down in Scotland. Well, actually coming back into England from Scotland. I'd literally just crossed the border, and the van completely packed in. I ended up getting towed halfway across the country to a garage in Ulverston in Cumbria, and the van's basically been sat there for the last few weeks while the mechanics have been figuring out what the hell's wrong with it and if we're going to be able to get back on the road. It's been one of the most stressful few weeks of my life in terms of financially, knowing if I'm going to be able to pay for the repairs, in terms of knowing if I'm going to be essentially homeless and needing to find a new van to live in. But it also gave me the opportunity to slow down and actually take in my surroundings and just kind of take a breath. And it's been crazy because I ended up getting invited to play at a festival in Keswick, which is one of my favourite places in the UK. I ended up doing a writing session with an artist that I massively respect, one of my favourite artists that I've been wanting to write with for years. I ended up doing my first ever folk session, like a trad session in a pub, and even just weird, crazy things like I did a gig and met a guy who basically, he had a boat and he took us out like the day after on Ullswater, and we went sailing for the entire evening. And it was amazing, and it just goes to show that sometimes what starts as a really bad situation can actually end up having some beautiful moments can come of it. I've been sharing the whole thing at my Patreon. Loads of people have been donating to help me get back on the road and pay for the repairs, which I appreciate so much. And yeah, it's just really given me a minute to kind of slow down, take a breath and just enjoy life without being 100 miles an hour all the time. Hoping to get back on the road in the next few days. I'm going to keep you up to date, but yeah, follow along.